Hey everyone, it's FinalRound, and my name is Jordan, and glad my Cavaliers were able to pull that off. I know it's going to be a very tough challenge against the Boston Celtics, but I didn't make a video for that game because I didn't want to jinx anything. So glad they came out with the win. I put a small bet for myself for the Cavaliers to win by 10, and they pulled it off for me. But this video is for Monday's games. We have a couple of big matchups, a game 2 from the Nuggets and the Timberwolves, and a game 1 for the Pacers and the Knicks. So I'm going to do this one a little bit differently. I'm going to have some money lines in there, and I'm going to break down each game, how I see it. You will see images that come up on the screen. Those will be from a data app called Outlier. There'll be a link in the description that I give you a 7-day free trial for Outlier. So this first game is going to be the Pacers versus the Knicks. I think a lot of people might be counting the Pacers out because the Knicks, they look tough out there. They're a gritty team, and they grind out wins. And the Pacers aren't really viewed as that kind of grinded out type of team. But for the money line, I like the Pacers at plus 5.5. They've beaten the Knicks in 2 out of 3 games, and their one loss was a 4-point loss. The Pacers like to go out there and run. They play at a high pace. The Knicks play at one of the slowest paces in the NBA. So it's going to be a conflict of styles, but the Knicks aren't going to be running anyone off the court. Their wins are going to be close, grinded out type of wins, and that's what we saw with the Sixers. The Knicks covered 5.5 against the Sixers one time in that series, and then in the series for the Pacers, they covered plus 5.5 in 4 out of the 6 games against the Bucks. So looking here for game 1 for the Pacers to come out, try to play with some high pace, but find some difficulty. And then also on the other end, the Pacers defense isn't that great, but the Knicks, they aren't the best shooting team in the world, but I can see this just going back and forth, and the Pacers trying to run. And I think we'll get a pretty good game and hopefully a pretty close game. So I'm going with the Pacers at plus 5.5. So my first player prop from this game is going to be Andrew Nembhard over 6.5 rebounds plus assist. I'm going over in 2 out of the 3 games versus the Knicks this season. And for whatever it's worth, he went over in 4 out of 4 times against them last year. But he's getting a lot of playing time. He's playing very well. I know he's been scoring well, but I can see the Knicks giving him some problems out there in the perimeter. So that's why I'm just sticking with rebounds and assists. He's gone over in 5 straight games in the playoffs versus the Bucks, and he missed in game 1. So that's Andrew Nembhard over 6.5 rebounds plus assist at minus 130. And his next pick is going to be Jalen Brunson over 33.5 points at minus 132. He has been a machine when it comes to scoring, and part of that is his volume. He's averaging 30 shots a game over his past 5 games. So he scored almost 40 in his past 2 games against the Pacers. And like I said, the Pacers want to go out and run, which means the Knicks, they might go out there and run a little bit too. So he may find some easy baskets out there. So in those 3 regular season games against the Pacers, he took 22 shots, 30 and 25. The 30 and 25 were able to crush this line and get near 40 points. That 22 field goal attempt game, he was 6 points away from hitting this line. So you can imagine getting 8 more shots. Does he knock down, 3 of those or get to the free throw line? He definitely gets much closer to this line with the average that he's taking. So I like Jalen Brunson to continue to score. I feel like his rebounds assist line is getting pretty high up there from where it started in the playoffs. So that one's definitely getting pretty sharp. If you guys could, please like the video. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you have a little bit of extra time, could you leave a comment for the algorithm? Anything helps. So this next game, Timberwolves and the Nuggets. Timberwolves came out and they got a win in that first game. And I'm going to go with Timberwolves at plus 5.5. They have them as the underdogs once again. I think a lot of people are thinking that the Nuggets are going to come out with the counter punch and they're going to get this win because they're the champs. The Timberwolves have hit this spread 4 out of 5 times versus the Nuggets this season. And for me, yes, I expect the Nuggets to play better, but if we go back just one series, the Nuggets were down a lot to the Lakers. They had to make a lot of comeback wins versus the Lakers, and the Lakers, they just kind of gave up that lead. But the Timberwolves are more equipped to hang on to a type of lead like that. So the Nuggets, Jamal Murray hasn't quite looked like himself. We're just not seeing the Nuggets like last year where Jokic is just, seems unstoppable. I know he's been scoring a ton, but the Timberwolves just have a ton of length all across the board. Jaden McDaniels, Naz Reid coming off the bench, Karl Anthony Towns, and obviously Rudy Gobert and Anthony Edwards. Great defensive player. Like they're a tough team, and if they get a lead like the Lakers were getting leads, it's going to be a hard fought game, and I expect it to still be a close game here. So I'm going with the Timberwolves at plus 5.5. So a few player prop picks from that game. How can you bet against this guy? Anthony Edwards over 28.5 points at minus 108. I explained in the last video his field goal attempts. I'll go over it quickly yet again. In his 3 misses versus the Nuggets, in the last 2 seasons, he shot 16, 19, and 18 field goal attempts. And then in all those other games, 6 out of 6 games where he shot 20 plus attempts, he's gone over this line in every single one of those games. So in game 1, he comes out, shoots 29 times, shoots 59%, and he drops 43 points. I definitely expect this line to end up in the like where Jalen Brunson's at as we go forward in this series. But right now, I still like where it's at. And people will say it's the Nuggets. They're going to try to take away what you do best. Someone commented that about Anthony Edwards, but if you go back one series, the Lakers, Anthony Davis was just crushing them points wise, just kept scoring game 1, game 2. They were shutting down the other guys, and they didn't care what Anthony Davis was doing. As long as Anthony Davis was doing all the scoring and they shut down the team in general, the Nuggets were winning those games. So I'm looking for Anthony Edwards to have another huge game, and like I said, I don't see why you would bet against him at this point in time. He's just he's been amazing. And before I get into these last couple of picks, I want to shout out my partners, Underdog Fantasy, Sleeper, ParlayPlay, and ChalkBoard. Use promo code FinalRound11 on any of these. They'll match your first deposit up to $100. Sleeper will do it up to $500. There will be links in the description that'll take you straight there with the promo codes, and thank you to anyone who uses those. So this 6th pick overall, I like Mike Conley over 20.5 points, rebounds, and assists. This is at plus 102. He's gone over in 5 out of 5 games against the Nuggets this season. He's done well rebounding. He's getting assists. He's done well scoring. Pretty much every single category. Like I didn't have to take one off because it was hurting the PRA line. Like every single one of the P, R, and A was doing well against the Nuggets. In the last playoff series, he did well hitting this line. And then in game 1, he had 14 points, 4 rebounds, 10 assists. Really great game there from Mike Conley. And honestly, I feel happy for the guy. He's a Buckeye, and maybe I need to go get myself a Mike Conley Ohio State card with him in the Ohio State jersey. If you don't remember, he played with Greg Oden his freshman year. And that combo was amazing. So glad to see him succeeding. But I do like him to continue to score, rebound, and get assist versus the Nuggets. And then this final pick, I know a lot of people say don't bet against this guy, and maybe I'm going to be completely wrong on this one, but it's Nikola Jokic under 21.5 rebounds plus assist at minus 105. And you'll see a lot of these plays are almost plus money. It's just because the lines have gotten sharper, and they're going to continue to get sharper as the series goes. It's just how the playoffs are. So right now, I'll take the value, but these lines are going to get sharper. Rebounding wise, he was doing great against the Lakers. Lakers were missing a ton of shots, and he was just a rebounding machine. But against the Timberwolves this season, he has gone under in every single game versus them. Defensively, they are stopping him from getting assists. Guys just aren't knocking down shots when they pass it to him. And then when it comes to rebounding, I know a lot of rebounding has to do with the opposing team missing shots. So the Timberwolves have been efficient, and they also have the bigs to push Jokic around, not let him get offensive rebounds. And when you have Nas Reed and Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert and even Jaden McDaniels, I believe, is around 6'10". It's tough to get some boards out there. The Timberwolves have been able to do it. They have been able to shut him down on rebounds and assists. And this could be the game where he goes over. He did go over in a few of the playoff games that they played last year, but he did go under in a few of them. But that was a different team. So this team is more mature. And I know I'm giving a lot of praise to the Timberwolves, but they've just been playing really good basketball. So that's Nikola Jokic, under 21.5 rebounds plus assists. He has been scoring well. You could definitely go with over on points, but those other two categories have been tough for him. So that was a huge write-up for those two games. If you would like to discuss lines further, I have a Discord. Link is in the description. You can hop on it in there and talk about any sport. If you do well with these picks and you feel like giving back, I have a Cash App and Venmo in the description. You can donate back to the channel, and thank you to anyone who does that. And this video is starting to get long, so I'm going to get this edited and get it out to you. God bless you all. It's the final round. My name is Jordan. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.